The universe is always working in your favor, and sometimes when you get what you ask for, it does not look the way that you would expect at all at first. When we have certain desires, sometimes we need to learn certain lessons in order to get there, or sometimes we need to face certain fears in order to get there. Sometimes we need to develop certain traits or beliefs about ourselves and beliefs about what we're capable of. Or sometimes we need to develop new habits in order to get there. And I think if you truly believed, you could just wake up in a new reality, but majority of us have egos and we have beliefs in the way of that. And so in order to get to where you want to be, you have to have certain experiences that you might not be expecting. And they might not be what you asked for, but understand that the universe is always actually giving you what you ask for and exactly what you need. If you're at a low point right now, if you're at rock bottom right now, that's actually the best place to be. And you're actually probably about to have a breakthrough and get everything you've ever wanted. Make sure that you're taking in the lessons and that you're making the most of this experience. So I'll give you an example from my life. The beginning of this year, I manifested having my own successful business. I manifested eating healthier, feeling healthier, having a healthier diet, living a very fulfilling life, and being able to travel the world. And what I was given shortly after was being the sickest I've ever been for months and months. And honestly, I stopped believing in a higher power even, and it was a really dark and horrible experience. But over time, I started to see how this was bringing me to my manifestations. And I did end up having a healthier diet because I needed to in order to feel good. And I did end up losing weight, and I did end up feeling much healthier than ever because I learned to avoid all these different toxins and chemicals. And I finally had the drive to change all of my habits in order to change my life and create a life that I wanted, because of how much discomfort I was in. And I was like, I have to turn this situation into something good, and I have to believe this is all happening for the best. And I was able to change so many habits and start meditating and learning about how to change my brain, because I felt that my negative self-talk and all of my fears and anxieties were contributing to my chronic illness. And because of this negative experience, I had the drive to learn all of these things and to become this better version of myself. And I also had the drive to face my fears and face my fear of being seen, because I was like, I can't work and I need money, so who cares at this point? I need to just face my fears. I need to just put myself out there. And so I was able to work through all of these fears and overcome all of these different things because of how much discomfort I was in. And everything just worked out so beautifully and came together so quickly because of this extremely bad situation. So sometimes when you're in it, when you're at rock bottom, you don't see what's gonna happen next. You don't see that things are gonna get better, things are gonna be okay. But at some point you have to have faith and you have to decide that this is what's gonna happen. And just know that if you're seeing this video, it's not a coincidence. The universe actually gave you exactly what you asked for. It's just not showing up in the way you imagined. And this is the journey to get there. And it's really all gonna work out in the end. It's all gonna be amazing in the end. And you're gonna be so glad that it all happened the way it did. Even as difficult as it may feel now, and as much as you may not believe that now, your higher self chose this and decided that this is what you wanted, and that it was worth all of the suffering, because you know how beautiful it's going to be in the end, and how much you're going to receive, and how fulfilled you're going to feel, and how happy and healthy you're going to feel. But yeah, I was so far from all of my manifestations. I was just stuck in this life where I was never going to really make a change. I was never going to face my fears. I was never going to work through certain things because I was just complacent and content with where I was at, even though part of me felt unfulfilled, part of me wanted more. And it took this huge change, this huge tower moment to motivate me to change my reality and to take action towards what I wanted, and to heal different parts of myself and develop much healthier habits. And now I do feel healthier than ever, and I feel more fulfilled than ever, and I see how everything I asked for is coming to fruition. So yeah, the universe is always giving you what you need. It's always giving you the lessons you need. It's always helping you develop the traits that you need. And it's always working in your favor, and it's always protecting you. And just remember that, and decide what life you want, and decide that it's gonna happen, and go after it. Sometimes we ask for something and we don't understand the path that it's gonna take to get there, but just trust that it is getting you there. The only thing that's ever holding you back is yourself. And if you truly believed in yourself, if you truly believed you were worthy of all of these things, you could have what you want immediately. But a lot of times we need lessons in order to get us there, in order to help us overcome our ego and overcome our fears and change our habits. A lot of times this requires a lot of lessons. But you are the creator, you are in control of your reality, and you have control over your entire life and what is happening in your life. You have the power to change anything and make everything the way that you want it to be. And it's up to you to do the inner work and to make it happen.